Let's talk about this offensive line, man.
Yeah.
It's awful. Let me just say that.
It is very awful, man, because there was some, I guess, expectation that it would be better.
Especially with the new additions from free agent and center Mason Cole and guard James Daniels, to which, I mean, they're second-tier signings when it comes to free agency. They're nothing mind-blowing or out of this world.
No.
But they were additions, and considering of what we had last year, with Green at center and Trey Turner at guard, getting Cole at center and Daniels at guard,
Right.
On paper, it looked to be much better.
Yeah, I mean, what we most liked about is they were young guys with a ton of experience. And we'll still give them time. Mason Cole hasn't really have a lot of negative to say about him. He's arguably been our best lineman, as a matter of fact.
Right.
James Daniels has been a huge disappointment. Hopefully he, under the new scheme, under the new system, under the new team, and maybe the whole chemistry thing with the linemen all having to gel together, maybe we just got to give it time. We will give it time. It's not going to be an overnight thing. Rome wasn't built in a day as how I'm going with this.
And you're definitely right about that. It's going to take time. But from what we have seen the past 2 weeks in preseason and heading into the last preseason game against the Lions this upcoming Sunday, it's completely lackluster.
Incredibly lackluster. In fact, it has, I want to say it's actually hidden Mitch's talent, to be real with you, because he's been doing more running than passing. He hasn't had time to be a quarterback.
Right.
And that's unfair for Mitch, who's probably still going to be the starter. And any of these quarterbacks, honestly, I mean, God bless whoever's going to be the starter and having to stand behind this O-line for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
But this offensive line is just bad. You know, we did have a little expectation to be a little better, maybe a little too much expectation. That's partially our fault to thinking it would be maybe an immediate better. Obviously, that's not the case. I mean, Dan Moore still. It's showing he's not ready. Kendrick Green, the less said, the better.
Honestly, yeah. Kevin Dotson, he's the better left guard when it comes to the team, but he in himself has some inconsistencies when it comes to blocking and his injury concerns at the same time.
And, of course, Mason Cole, James Daniels are the fresh faces. We just spoke about them. And Chuck is actually looking pretty solid, as a matter of fact. So, I mean, it's not an all complete bad, but collectively, it's still not enough. It's not an upgrade. The pocket is collapsing within a second and a half. And let's take a look at some film here, man. So the first play here, you guys will see the starting offensive line, which is Dan Moore, Kendrick Green, Mason Cole, James Daniels, and Chuks Okorafor. And the first play here, I mean, it's pretty noticeable who's going to be the target, the project here. And that is Kendrick Green, as effortlessly Arden Key just sheds the block here. Very, very poor.
Yeah, as we look at it again, I don't know what Kendrick Green was doing right here.
Not very effortlessly from Arden Key. Green just honestly untouched.
And it's not going to be the first clip we're going to show of Kendrick Green.
No.
Let me say that.
As we show this clip here. Now, this was, I believe, the first down to Claypool that got taken back due to holding on James Daniels. As you'll see, Daniels misses his block here, which leads to the holding, but Kendrick Green, as you'll see, gets pushed into the guy that beat James Daniels here. I mean, just very, very poor. Let's watch it again here. Let's watch it again, man. Again, James Daniels is going to miss his guy, which leads to the holding, but Kendrick Green gets pushed back aggressively.
It's just a bad rep overall by both guards. But it's just, especially James Daniels, considering the contract we gave him.
Yeah, exactly.
And the optimism we had on the guy.
Right.
To which he's not looking too stellar as of right now.
And this is going to be the same O-line for the next couple of clips here, where it was the same O-line as the first clip, the starting O-line, as we've seen with the Jags here, or against the Jags. You're going to notice in this play, it's going to be very quick, it's going to be very subtle, but it's very noticeable. Kendrick Green gets absolutely pancaked by the dude he was blocking, which I believe was Arden Key. I mean, he's not supposed to get pancaked. He's supposed to be doing the pancaking, and here Kendrick Green is. And Mitch, of course, this leads to Mitch's run here, which at the time was our biggest run of the game.
But seeing that play by Green, it's just disgusting to see. And this isn't going to be the last time we show Green with this next footage right here, as this play is actually the first Pickett to Pickens connection right here. As you can see right here, the play happens at the 28-yard line, at least the line of scrimmage is right there.
Green is placed here at the 27. You notice in this play here, he gets pushed back aggressively down to the 21, right into Pickett.
Again, another bad rep, another disgusting play by Kendrick Green. He is not an overall good offensive lineman.
No, he's not. At center, at guard, it doesn't matter, man. You just have a bad offensive lineman in general. This time around, however, we will see Dan Moore specifically. Okay, so the direction is going to be changed to Dan Moore, who I honestly would say is almost in the same category as Kendrick Green in terms of getting pushed back and blown up very often and missing his reps here. And it's crazy because they were back-to-back picks in the last draft class we had in 2021.
Yes.
But here's Dan Moore getting pushed back by Josh Allen to the point he actually crosses his legs to try to recover. And you'll see Mitch try to step up in the pocket, which leads to Mitch getting tripped by Moore. And he'll have to do some razzle-dazzle here, which ultimately led to a third down incompletion. But it's just Dan Moore once again getting pushed back into the quarterback and Mitch running for his life. That's just poor to see. I know it's a premier pass rusher in Josh Allen, but you anticipate a second-year starting left tackle to do better here.
And it was just a bad rep right there. He just simply could not hold down Josh Allen right there.
No. And in this one, you will see a guard change in Kevin Dotson. So there will be no more Kendrick Green in the upcoming clips, but it will be Kevin Dotson filling in, which hopefully in the future, this will be the starting O-line. Not exactly a huge improvement, but it's better than what we have, I suppose. But you'll see here, as we get to the clip, Freiermuth, you will notice he is going to chip Josh Allen for going on his route, and Kevin Dotson's actually going to get beat with the swim move, and Dan Moore is just late to recover.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, let's look at the clip again. Dan Moore is anticipating Josh Allen, not anticipating Muth chipping him, and thus, again, Dotson gets beat by a swim move from Arden Key, and Dan Moore's just late to recover, which leads to a sack.
Yeah, it was just bad communication, and that seems to be a major problem for the Steelers offensive line dating back to last year. I mean, it's the same case from last year, and it's not a good thing. It's actually looking worse if you ask me, but there's a few other clips that we're going to show you.
Yeah, and this is Dan Moore once again. The target's on Dan Moore once again as he gets pushed back again by Josh Allen, which leads to Mitch having to throw it early, and this is a drop by Benny Snell. Although it was out of his reach again because Mitch had to throw it under pressure. Very, very poor play by Dan Moore, man. It's honestly at the point where they might have to find a new left tackle. We don't have great depth. They might have to make a move because Dan Moore obviously is not ready. And more times than we'd like to see him getting pushed back, very similar to Kendrick Green.
Yeah.
But you notice, man, the target for the past couple clips has been Kendrick Green, Dan Moore, and even Kevin Dotson a little bit. Not much about Chucks and Mason Cole. They've actually been the best linemen on the field there. However, Chucks is not immune to criticism because this play here, as you'll see, is very, very 2021.
It's not even a pass protection play. It's actually a run blocking play right here from Chucks.
Very 2021-esque, as it is a pitch to Snell with Chucks as the lead blocker. But you'll see Chucks absolutely misses his block here against number 50. And again, very 2021-esque as it leads to a loss of 1.
It just shows, it's not just on how they're blocking when it comes to run blocking or pass blocking. It's their communication, and I would say at the same time their technique when it comes to being a blocker.
Right, and Mike Tomlin has already, made it known to the entire offensive line corps, to the entire group, that he's not satisfied, and they know what Tomlin expects and what he anticipates, and hopefully they can actually reward that to Tomlin. Tomlin was not happy whatsoever. He absolutely blasted him in the team meetings. And that's exactly what needs to be said. Tomlin's not happy, nor is any of us. And that's exactly how it should be. That's how these guys should. That's what they should be told, and that's how they should be felt.
Yeah.
We are not satisfied. We are not happy. And this is the preseason. So thankfully we're seeing these errors in the preseason, and hopefully by at least after the first quarter of the regular season, we see some significant improvement. We see some significant progress with this line. And fingers crossed.
And at this point, that's all we can do. We just got to remain optimistic and hope that these young guys and these new additions finally get the train rolling and get that communication going and are actually much better compared to what we're seeing right now.
Because the talent is still pretty poor, and you can tell guys just aren't ready. But at the same time, think about this. We've had 4 different offensive line coaches since Mike Munchak left, since 2019.
Yep.
4. We're averaging almost 1 new position coach a year.
And that in itself is another problem. We cannot sustain a freaking offensive line coach for more than a year.
And these guys are just learning new schemes and systems and techniques, and it's ruining some of these guys' development, although the players themselves are just not executing. You could blame a little bit on the coaching and the new faces coming in and out of the O-line coaching core, but the talent itself is not executing.
No, altogether, it's the talent, it's the communication, it's the coaching, it's the schemes, it's the technique. It's an all-collective failure.
It is.
Right now. Yeah, and if they don't upgrade, we may actually see Omar Khan make a move at offensive line.
It might be sooner than we think. I don't know.
It could be. Who knows?
Honestly, at this point, it might be needed, as a matter of fact.
And I've been hearing rumors about Patriots offensive lineman Isaiah Wynn potentially being rumored,
right,
with the Steelers potentially looking to get him.
Right, and there's tons of free agents out there they can bring in and probably good plug-and-play upgrades, honestly. But we'll see, man. Ultimately, I do think the Steelers are going to retain with their guys and trust the young development that they've already invested so much into. Ultimately, though, how much longer can they invest in that? It depends on the development. It depends if these guys improve. Time will tell, but expectations are going to be low at this point, man. It's like a hope and pray deal at this point.
Yeah.
But let us know your guys' thoughts, man. How are you guys feeling about this line? Do you think it will improve? Who do you guys think we should bring in to improve this line? I know there's a lot of names out there, and go ahead and put them in the chat, man. Otherwise, see you in the next one.
And like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!